Doug Trumbull's early work was at a company called Graphic Film in Los Angeles. The small studio produced a documentary about spaceflight for the New York World's Fair. The film, and Mr. Trumbull's work in particular, caught the eye of director Stanley Kubrick, who eventually hired him to create effects for his film, 2001: A Space Odyssey. He went on to supervise effects for the film Andromeda Strain. Soon after, he made his directorial debut with what has become a cult classic, the environmental science fiction film Silent Running. Listed on his resume as a visual effects supervisor are a few other films you also may have heard of: Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Star Trek the Motion Picture, and Blade Runner. Each one earned him an Academy Award nomination in the visual effects category. He returned to the director's chair with his 1983 film Brainstorm, and has continued to work and create to this very day. His recent visual effects work can be seen in Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life. The Gordon E. Sawyer Award is presented by the Academy to an individual whose technical contributions have brought credit not just to himself, but to the industry. We have tonight, there's no way to pay proper tribute to his long record of accomplishment, but perhaps this will come close. It's with great pleasure that I now present the Academy's Gordon E. Sawyer Award to Mr. Douglas Trumbull.
Wow, this is awesome. But before I get started, I wanted to congratulate Milla for greatest performance in the most difficult role. I'd like to thank the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the Science and Technology Council, and this room of terrific friends. It's been a very long career of collaboration with a lot of really amazing artists and scientists and engineers throughout all these years, hundreds and hundreds of them. And it's been a great pleasure to collaborate with all of you. I want to thank Richard Edlund, my very, very good friend Peter Anderson, John and Kay Erland, who just loaned me a green screen for some experiments I'm doing. Thank you very much. The crowd over here at Vision Research, who have been loaning me Phantom 65 and gold cameras for high-speed photography research. I don't know if there's anybody here from Stewart Film Screen, but screens are a big part of the equation, and they're helping me build a whole new kind of movie screen right now, which we're going to assemble at my stage next month. And so thanks to Stewart Film Screen. Larry Paul at Christie Digital. Christie Digital has been helping me break some frontiers in high frame rate projection. We're now projecting movies at 120 frames in 3D, which John alluded to. I'm not going to go into great detail about that tonight, but it's one of the things I'm cooking on. To John Lowry, I was counting on John. That's a tough one. So I want to accept this in the spirit of a kind of a affirmation of my work, which is ongoing, as you know. There's no specific Academy category for what I do. I'm kind of all over the place. And as John said, and he stole one of my lines, I am trying to figure out a way to make a movie that you are in rather than looking at. And that's kind of the direction I'm going in right now. We're in this really amazing time right now about the technology of motion pictures and the art of motion pictures. It is about art and technology and those two forces working together toward a common goal. As many of you know, I've been a huge advocate of 70 millimeter. I've been associated with ShowScan. I helped take IMAX public a few years ago, which is like the fastest way to eat film on Earth. And we've all been through there's careers and God knows how many tens of thousands of years of all of us have spent working with sprocketed film. And we're now in this big transition to a world of digital technologies. And I think it's time for us to really rethink what we're going to do next and where this is all going to go and what the options are. And we're in this very interesting transitional period where one of the statistics I've recently heard is that attendance at theaters is at a 16-year all-time low. Is that correct, Ken? Something like that? This is not a good sign. And we're in an era now where people are looking at our movies on their computers and their television sets and their tablets and their smartphones, and our movies are being shrunken down. But they are incredibly inexpensive, convenient, easy to use, easy to access. You can watch your movies anywhere you want, anytime you want, and this is having a profound effect on our industry. And one of the big things that I think it's time for us all to do is get back to how do people go out to the movies and why do they go out to the movies, and how can we produce a motion picture experience that's so spectacular on giant movie screens at high brightness, high frame rates if that's necessary, high bit depth, better color saturation, laser projectors, giant high-gain screens, and all the things that we need to bring together with the movies that we're making now, because we're making spectacular movies now. And they're something to be tremendously proud of, and it's all technology enabled. We're in this era now that's special effects, visual effects that I've been associated with are becoming the core of our business. And we're creating characters, makeup, wardrobe, sets, props, locations. It's all being done digitally. It's quite an amazing new thing. So I think we can make movies that are unavailable any other way so that people would choose, I want to go out to a movie tonight because it's so cool, and it's so big, and it's so grand, and it's so spectacular, and there's so much showmanship that I want to go out to a movie at any price. So finally, I think we can bring movies to new heights. I want to thank my dad, Don Trumbull. Thank you very much.